It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. He missed the red flags with a Filipina and it almost cost him his life. That's the subject. Of course, we always have a topic, but this is your live stream. Just put it over here. If we can get to it, we will. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see you on it, Jacob Tanjay. Michael Beecher Live probably will be on here later. I see Elat Makata. Thank you for stopping by, Elat. All my old heads, that's W Secrets to Success. What's some of your secrets, brother? Don't get married. I know it's one of them. That man travels. What's up, Jeff? Roger Walker, I see you, man. Any new viewers and subscribers? This is your first time joining us today. Thank y'all so much. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying the live streams and any of my content. It really helps. It really, really helps. He says, how do I use my corny humor? That's very easy. Filipino Moonshine. Anybody that's catching this on replay, thank y'all for joining us too. You know, oh yeah, before I get started, I want to thank everybody for their birthday wishes for Booby. Her birthday in the Philippines was yesterday. It's today in America, and she actually shares the same birthday, August 12th, as my grandson. They sent me some videos and pictures of his birthday party. My son's attending there. They live in the same city. The peso is 56.54. It's going up. I got messenger yesterday. The guy says Cal's going to hit 60 by the end of the year. He said in 2024, 60 is going to be the norm. I'm like, wow, really? I'm crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Hollywood baby, my favorite fireman in Atlanta, man. I don't use the word hero a lot, man, but firemen are heroes to me. I mean, really, they are. I don't have anything against the police, but firemen, man, when they get that call, it's usually bad. Hey, W Secret Success, thanks for that super chase. Here's a secret. He said, if you've got a honey pot, don't tell the bears. That's funny, man. Well, I don't know if this guy's a troll. I don't know if this is a real thing. He said, Cal, did you hear about the scammer recently operating in Dumagetti? Apparently, he's a loan shark and a pimp. A few expats, including Paul Dog, have recently been trying to run him out of town. I haven't heard of that, guys. And I really don't keep up with stuff like that. There's a whole lot more going on in Dumagetti than that. I haven't heard really about that. August 24th is the meet and greet in Cagayan de Oro. Come on out, guys. Really, let's show out for Cagayan de Oro. It's a nice city. There's many expats there. Remember, you don't have to be a subscriber, man. If you're just an expat and you want to come out for some good conversation, make some connections, come on out, man. You don't have to be a subscriber, man, to come to a meet and greet. Everybody's invited. I think you're going to enjoy yourself. Hey, he said, Bill Haswang Capre says, shout out from Fort Knox in West Point on Dixie. Man, I used to go that way all the time. That's my neck of the woods. He said, Peter Jones says, I love what you're doing, Cal. I'm relocating to the Philippines. The wife, the workout. Oh, okay. He said, love what you do, Cal, from relocating to the Philippines. The wife, the workouts, the guest house, bang, bang. 10 out of 10. You're an inspiration, brother. I often think of your words of wisdom. Man, I appreciate it. I don't take this stuff for granted, guys. Chocolate Man says, good morning to you, Uncle Cal. Keep putting out the fire content. I'm going to meet you once I slow down with all my exploring. Have a prosperous day. Thank you. It's 86 degrees here in San Carlos City already. Feels like 96. We had Booby's birthday party at People's Park, the swimming pool, and man, it's nice. They actually, we had the kids swam in the infinity pool because the main pool was being cleaned. It was empty 2 days ago. They were re-cleaning it and putting chlorine and everything. It's really a nice park, man. And imagine when you see this place, you'll think this is the public pool. It looks like a resort. What it looks like, 50 pesos to get in. Hey, Clint Dow, he said, what's up, Cal? What's the name and location? I apologize, guys. I had lost my train of thought. It's Charlie, or Charlie, Chali, Beach Resort and Conference Center in, they said the Lanai area, but he said every taxi driver would know where it is. I put it on my community page. I'm going to put it on there again. It's 3 p.m. Yeah, here it is. But that's going to be a real nice thing, man. It's only like a 45-minute flight from Cebu. We're going by the Tugo. It's 8 hours, so it shows you how close that is to Cebu. That big old cruise ship. It only takes 8 hours to get there. And a lot of expats actually live there. But let's get into the topic. I don't know if y'all watched my video today about when love turns to murder in the Philippines. And I was just talking about there's a lot of cases where the foreigner is killing the Filipina and the Filipina is killing the foreigner. I mean, more than normal. I guarantee you it's probably more than any other combination like that, a foreigner and Brazilian. It happens a lot. And I'm trying to figure out, is it culturally? I think it is. I think it's deeper than just people's relationships going bad and things like that. You know, of course, the lady here recently, Filipino America, attempted to kill her Air Force husband, poisoning his coffee. I mean, you just don't do that overnight. 100% of those cases I was talking about, they've been together for years. And I think we miss a lot of the red flags, and they certainly miss a lot of the red flags because it's a two-way street. We're killing them and they're killing us. And something's going on, but nobody wants to ask that question why it's going on. I think we're missing a lot of red flags. We can't see past the outside attraction of these women. We don't even get to know them. Then we start marrying them and guys, I make these videos to let you know how ridiculous and how dangerous it can be for you to come over here and in 2 weeks, you're marrying somebody. But at the same time, I'm telling the Filipino the same thing. Slow down because they can't see past the opportunity. They see us, the opportunity for a new life. I can leave the country. It can cost you your life. Man, it happened in 2019, man. If you think it's not a problem, 4 Filipinos that I saw, I'm pretty sure it was more, lost their life in America. 4 in these Filipino-American relationships. Thanks, Robert Dame, for that super chat. He said, let's get the thumbs up. Something's going on, man, but, we're rushing into these marriages. We're rushing into these live-in relationships. You can't do that on the job training stuff, man. It may cost you your life. And I'm pretty sure this guy is in the Air Force. His situation was no different than anybody. We see this attractive young woman, she bends over backwards, does everything for us, and then a few years later, it turns to murder. How can it go from love to murder like that? I love to attempted murder. Look at the lady over in the Norwegian, the Filipino who killed her Norwegian husband. Man. Looked on the internet 250 times on how to kill somebody. He's in there asleep because, you start trusting people. He's in his bed asleep. She sets a smoldering, one of them little barbecue grills under his bed and he suffocates to death. I'm like, he never saw that coming. She's 31, he's 61. These people have been together for years, man. Mark J said, Cal, please read The Ration Mail by Rollo Tomasi. That book changed my life and a view of women. They said, damn, that's nuts. But it happens more, and right now somebody's watching and say, oh man, I got a good relationship. It hasn't happened to me because they played a long game and you played a long game. That unspoken agreement is supposed to be done with after the first time you meet, really. But we hold on to it and we base our whole marriages. It becomes the foundation of our marriages and relationships. So as long as you keep doing for me, I'm going to do for you. No never enters the equation. So you're not arguing, you're not fighting, but the problems are mounting up. The frustration is mounting up because this cultural stuff will drive you crazy. And then one day you snap or she snaps over something simple. The guy in Bacolod here recently, in May, the woman comes home from a call center job. He stabs her to death. They argue. He stabs her to death. They're having financial problems. There ain't no reason to kill somebody. Then he kills himself, slits his wrist, stabs himself in the chest. It's a 3-hour police standoff. He finally collapses, because of a loss of blood, and they get in there and get him, but he dies on the way to the hospital. The 2 little sons is terrified. Okay. And this is the type of stuff that's going on because they say, oh no, I got a good relationship. I've been together 15 years. I'm gonna address that. Hey, thank you, W Secrets to Success Vlog, for the super chat. Said, Cal, can you believe Filipino P got 100,000 views for a recent post of walking through Walmart? Hell, you might need to come back to get your views up. But see, this is what I was talking about. It's all a popularity contest, guys. I mean, really, guys. I mean, yeah, I can believe it because men are thirsty, man. We're thirsty as hell. I told you, if I had a vagina, my videos would get those views. It don't matter what she does. She's very, very popular. And that's all it's about, man. It's no knock on me. I'm not going to change my, what works for her ain't going to work for me. But yeah, I can believe it. I mean, she shows up in Walmart of all places. Y'all are sick. A lot of y'all guys are sick. You're over there at Walmart. Walk through the damn Walmart yourself. But it's just a popularity contest. They want them, see, that's the problem me and Andrew was talking about. Men, we don't support other men in the way that only men can support each other. So we support women, but then we want to complain about the women. Y'all backwards, man. Yeah, I can believe that, but I don't knock her. You can't knock success. She's got something that's working. And if I was her, I'd keep on with it. But yeah, that is kind of ridiculous. Okay. To go through Walmart and get 100,000 views. But she's the Filipino P, guys, remember. But I'm going to tell you, when you get over here, and if you have a chance to meet her, which 99.99 times out of 100, you're not. She wants nothing to do with y'all. You better not go anywhere near her. You're going to see she's just a regular Filipina. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He said, do like David Ruffin said, walk away from love. Yeah. Before love breaks my heart, or before she kills you or you kill her. Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. He said, check her closely. Does she love herself? Does she tell you her dreams? Yeah, let's get to some of these red flags. But I just want to kind of give some context, Robert, first, because it happens a whole lot more than what we even imagine, because we're not paying attention to it. We're not paying attention to it. As long as you say yes, what's going to happen the first time you say no or she says no? So, yeah, Robert says one of the red flags is, does she love herself? And this is a great point that I was trying to make on my video today. He said, does she tell you her dreams? We don't know these women. We don't know their background. We don't know what they've been through. Do you know how hard life is over here for some people? I mean, really, really hard. You can't wrap your mind around it. It affects them because they're human beings. But you don't think it does. All you're doing is coming over here, seeing a beautiful young woman, and you get married to her. You have no idea her psychological makeup, what's really going on in her head. And she can't see past you either. She wants the visa. She wants, the good life, or wants the new opportunities that your country offers her. She don't see that, hey, let me check this guy's police record. Because in one of the articles I was reading about the guy in Bacala who killed his girlfriend, he had a history of abusing women. Yeah. I was in Manila. Believe it or not, Mr. Power Brain, I did this before. But guess what I did? Remember, I came back from Thailand last year, and we were in Mall of Asia. Okay, they wouldn't let me bring the camera in, but they would let Marilyn. So I said, here, Marilyn, I want you to go around and, take some video. Don't you know I accidentally erased the damn video, man? But I did. He said, recommend some books for us. Well, I told you guys the other live stream I had. It's called Private Dancer. I don't have the book with me. I left it in Sikiho Island. That's a book you want to read. I promise you can't put it down if you like to read. He says a thin line between love and hate. But yeah, why do we get married so quickly? That's something psychological. You're crazy to do that. And you can say all that love at first sight BS you want to. Man, you're crazy to do that. I mean, honestly, you have to be really, really careful with this stuff, okay? And the same with the Filipinas, see, because those Filipinas watching me. And I want to tell you there's more to that man than the opportunity that he presents. You need to get to know him. But I don't want that on the job training no more. I did it. Imagine I was with a woman for 10 years. We never had an argument, man. If something was wrong with that picture, that's not normal because we're suppressing it. And then something's going to happen, boom, to set it off. And it really did. When me and my wife started splitting up, when it became apparent we wasn't going to get back together, I saw a side of her I never saw before. Because it all came out. She was holding it in. It all came out. She was doing things that, I never saw it coming. Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Experience says, a big red flag to me is this whitening cream some of these women want to use. Not all, but some of them are whitewashed. It's a disease. You can't love anyone else if you don't love yourself. Well, that's a good observation. That's a good observation. Now, remember, though, guys, when it comes to this white supremacy, and, don't get mad at me. Even if you white, you suffer from white supremacy. People equate power, wealth with white skin. So, if you look at the Filipinos' history, the black person's history, look at how black people are, remember y'all thought I was joking when I said, oh, it'd be ridiculous if I put a white man's wig on to try to look more handsome. Well, that's what the women are doing over there, the black women. They're doing that same exact thing. But if you look at the Spanish history, the American history, where these Europeans were in charge over the Filipinos' life, and the lighter you were, the more favorable you were looked upon in Philippine society. Same as in America with black people. We share that same stuff. The first black millionaire, one of the first black millionaires, women millionaires anyway, was Madam C.J. Walker, who made her fortune selling us whitening creams and straightening combs and all that other foolishness, guys. Come on now. History matters. But that's all, So maybe she's, trying to get a leg up, because over here, man, if you think the rat race is competitive, you ain't seen nothing. It's very competitive over here. Okay? And that's because a lot of people use every little thing to their advantage to get to the top. And fair skin is one of them. But yeah, that's a great observation. Why is she doing it? Is she doing it to get ahead, or she just doing it because she don't love herself? 53 Shades Darker, he says, I've been with the lady for 7 years, and we just now getting ready to tie that knot in December. Took a lot to make that decision. I see it's time. Hey, congratulations. I hope everything goes well for you, because most of these couples, 100% of them, they have been together for multiple years. I mean, the lady in California, the Filipina in California, who killed her husband on Mother's Day and attempted to kill the two sons. Hell, they had a son 16 and a son 9. Like, what happens? I mean, what did he miss there that he couldn't see that? Robert Dame said Tom Clancy as co-writer Stephen Peasnick. Anything written by those two are bestsellers. He says, hey, I caught you live. Hello from Boston. Hey, what's going on, brother? Mumble Mac Dow says, I know exactly what you're talking about, sir. I heard it from a female tour guide in Bangkok. The lighter tone ties have a better chance at working directly with tourist foreigners. Yeah, but I think, as people are waking up more to this racial thing, I don't believe foreigners really are looking for light-skinned Filipinos, because we can get a light-skinned woman anywhere. I think we're mainly looking for her culture, because hell, how can you be light-skinned and live in a place where the average temperature is 82 degrees all year round? The sun will beat your behind. I don't care if you blue, black, or bright white. Thomas Marshall, and this is a great question. I mean, this is great right here. This is what we don't do, though, guys. He says, you got to ask questions about their past relationships. I got that on here. It might sound crazy, but it helps to see how they really are. Okay, I put it like this. I said, do they have children by different men? That could be a red flag. Okay. Or why are you single anyway? If you're so good, why are you single? But we want to ask questions like that. Here's some of the things I put. Visa talk. If they always talking about that visa, yeah, I'm gonna get him out of here. I saw that. But for some reason he snuck past everybody else. But yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's banned. I got him. Thanks, W Secret to Success, for the super chaser. Cal Fan for Life is a troll. Get him out of here. Thanks, man. Yeah, I know these guys. They don't have anything better to do. But she's always talking about that damn visa. and wanting to get away from the Philippines. Yeah, because most Filipinos, they love this country. They're very proud to be Filipinos. Why wouldn't they be? This is why I respect them, because despite the Spanish being here, despite Americans being here, they outlasted both of those powers. At the time, they were superpowers, held on to their language, their culture, their traditions, and their land. They're very, very proud. And only like 1 out of 10 leave the country. So when they're talking about, I got to get out of here and I'm sick of this place, and and they're young. Remember, we come over here as we get older. That's a red flag, man. I don't care how you look at it. That's a red flag. He says, hey, Cal, I walked 22,000 steps this morning. Wow. I mean, today. That's a lot. He says, wait. He said, I heard colleges in the Philippines aren't that great. Now, well, you heard wrong. Yeah, you heard wrong. People from all over the world come here to go to school, especially certain schools, nursing. No, that's not wrong. Right. Now, they're not that expensive. You can go down to Silliman, one of the top schools in the country, for about, I think it's $2,000 a year, $1,000 per semester. A lot of Filipino Americans are sending their children back over here to go to school. No, that's not true. Butcher says that's why they have umbrellas during the daytime too, so they won't be dark. But no, I've got to push back on that. That's one reason. But another reason is, man, if you've never been over here under that sun, man, it really is. You do need I need a damn umbrella. I know when I first started coming to St. Carlos City, and Maryland would try to put that umbrella over me. I'm like, hold on, I feel embarrassed, but no, I need it. Man, sometimes that sun is so hot over here. You can't just let it just beat on you like that. I mean, really, guys. You sometimes that you need an umbrella, man. And sometimes that sun gets so bad. Mark J said, Cal, can you please help expats more, man? We need a bar there in St. Carlos. You need to lift this community to a higher power. We can take over that town. Oh man, let me get rid of this guy. They don't need to be. This place doesn't need to be taken over. First of all, okay. But you need to get out of there. This town don't need to be taken care of, taken over. Now he was a troll, you dirty puppy. He was a damn troll. We need to take over that town. He said about 9 miles. I'm getting in shape now. I'm going to walk from San Carlos City to Dumaguete, and I'm going to document it. It's probably going to take me 3 days. I'm going to walk. I did this before, but not here. I did it in America around the same distance. This is going to be a little bit further. And what I'm going to do is when I go back to Siquijor Island, I'm going to document how far I'm going to have to walk before there's a hotel. Okay, and then every morning around 4 o'clock, I'm going to get up and walk. I'm going to walk from San Carlos City to Dumaguete. I'm trying to raise some money, maybe to pay a few college scholarships here in San Carlos City. But yeah, I'm going to walk from San Carlos City to Dumaguete. Now, when I told Marilyn this, I got the same response from her as I did my American wife at the time. When I told her, I said, I'm going to walk from Louisville, Kentucky to Lexington, Kentucky. And she said, why? I said, I want to teach my children a lesson, about Black history, really. I wanted to teach them how easy they have it, and we haven't always had it that easy. But at the same time, I wanted to get in. I did it in August. And you can look this up. It's documented. It was on four radio stations covered it, 4 newspapers covered it, 4 television stations covered it. This was big in 2005. I did that. I did it in August for a reason, because I wanted to get into the mind of the slave who walked that 1,000 miles, okay, between, the Central Africa to the the outer coast of Africa to the slave trip. It was 1,000 miles. I wanted to get into their mind how hard it was, because everybody didn't make it. Only the toughest of the tough made it. They said this is where lions acquired the taste for human meat, because if you wasn't strong enough, they just left you there to die. There was no Gatorade and all that. But anyway, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to document it. He says, I like the Philippines with fuller lips and wavy hair. Yeah, we always have, we all have preferences. He says, good morning to all. When you visit the Philippines, try to come here in part of Luzon, like in Baguio City, in my hometown, Banu, if Fugao, for the rice terraces and hot springs. Yeah, thank you for that suggestion. Dave J. said, Cal, why don't Filipinos seem to know much about history or geography, even just really basic stuff? My guess is who you talk to. Americans don't either. Yeah, let's be honest now, Dave. Americans don't either. We're way behind all the other developed countries when it comes to geography. And history just don't matter over there. We don't even think it matters. Yeah, the Philippines has that equator heat. So a lot of times, you really do need an umbrella over here on some days, guys. I promise you. But visa talk is one of them. If you meet a woman and she starts talking about starting a family the minute you start talking to her, or marriage, that's a red flag. Like, lady, you don't even know me. You talk about having children with me. You don't even know my genetics. You don't know nothing. But you want to get married. You want to start a family. That's a red flag. But the guy, Thomas Marshall, said something that none of us ever do. And I always tell you to ask the question. We play that 20-question BS. Oh, where are you from? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have children? Do you have a job? We don't get deep enough, really, to find out what's really going on with women here. And they certainly don't get deep enough with us. But they try. They do a whole lot more than we do. We don't do nothing. Hey, that man Travis at Calvin, for the first time I'm here, I saw the most beautiful morena skin in the Philippines. She's gorgeous for a normal Filipino. Yeah, well, most of them are like that. And remember, I was just with Kevin of that Too Much Time on My Hands 65, and his girlfriend, I think it's Jenna Lynn. I apologize if I'm getting this wrong. But hell, you ain't gonna get no more morena than that. She's, her father's from Nigeria, I think. But she grew up, she's born and raised here. I mean, y'all gotta understand that the Aborigine Filipinos are from Africa. They came here like 20,000 years ago. Something wasn't going on over there in Africa. Maybe they were just explorers. But that's the truth. Yeah, that's that imperialist mentality taking over stuff as if westernization makes everything better. Absolutely. And that's why I respect the Filipinos, because they withstood all of that and held on to their culture and everything. Do you see the effects of it? Yeah, but y'all have to understand, when y'all talk about men westernizing these women, right? The Western woman has more influence on Filipinas than we do. Yeah, they have more influence on them. Alpina R says, I tried to play Macho Man with that son my wife and my mother-in-law tried to put that umbrella over. I said, no. A few hours later, I became a heat casualty. Yeah, I'm pro umbrella now. Yeah, it's true. I was the same way. I'm like, I'm thinking she was doing it to try to keep them being brown. No, you need that umbrella, guys. And when you get over here and you get caught in that no-go zone where you can't go back, and wherever you going, the sun is right there on you. You can't escape it. You're going to be like, man, I'm going to carry an umbrella with me just as much as you carry a damn rag. I don't leave home without this. And when you come over here, I don't care who you are, you're going to need that. It's sticky over here. Jam Silver says, that's great, Brother Kyle. Good luck on that walk. Yeah, I just want to try to get back to doing the things I used to do in America, man. I didn't start helping people when I came over here, man. I've been doing this kind of stuff ever since I got sober. Ever since I stopped drinking 25 years ago, I started doing stuff like that. I walked from Louisville to Lexington, and if you from Kentucky, you know that's a long-ass way. I couldn't take the expressway. I had to go U.S. State Route US 60. So it was a little bit longer than the 80 miles that it says on the map. Hey, thanks, Butcher. He says, I'm 60 now. I'll be working out, taking better care of my body because of you. Now, something else is a red flag. And you dirty puppy, you're on here. You can help me. Put some red flags up here, man. You know. Temper. If the woman that you are dealing with, if you find out she has a temper, that's a red flag. Because most Filipinos are even keeled, they're non-confrontational, they'll hold it in. But if you got one that's showing you right away that she gets angry when you're just at the drop of the dime, that's a red flag. He said, that reminds me of when my dad used to say how easy I had it riding a school bus when he had to walk to school. Yeah, but I mean, at this time, we were in the backyard barbecuing. We got a 3,700 square foot house, 2 decks on the back. You know, they're always complaining. And I just had to just give them a little history lesson. And I took them with me. What happened was my wife's cousin, she drove our van, and they were always 10 miles ahead of me. And so on this walk, Maryland's always going to be 10 kilometers ahead. So when I get up to her, if I need anything, a change of shoes, change of socks, raincoat, okay? And she's going to be with me every 10 kilometers until we get there. But I'm going to do the same thing. And my children watched that walk. And our bond was so tight after that. Hey, Winston Graham, thanks for that super chat. He said, I met you in Lapu's meet and greet. Hope you enjoyed the lechon. Hey, I actually did. Are you still here? Are you at home, Winston Graham? Now, of course, we couldn't eat that all. One of Merlin's best friends, we gave her one of those pans, you know, and it helped, as you can probably suggest. But absolutely, it was delicious. He says, all Filipinos are jealous. Does that count as anger? Well, you'll know what a temper is. You know, it's just normal stuff. You know, jealousy isn't normal. Jealousy is a form of insanity. So, yeah, that would be a red flag. I mean, if she's overly jealous, because, hell, she's not going to be the only woman that you're going to come in contact with. So, yeah, I guess it would be. Zachary Williams says, hey, I'm 22, and if I touch down in the Philippines, where should I go? Probably, well, you 22, you could go anywhere, really. You know, you guys, y'all so young, you know, you got the patience of a saint and all of that. But I would say, I would always say Cebu, man. I would always say Cebu. He said, Roger Walker said, these red flags goes for Thai women also. I guess they could, but I don't have any experience with Thai women. And we seem to be making the same mistakes, Roger. It's a great point, though, with Thai women as we do with Filipino women. But I was just, if you look in the paper, you're not going to be able to find too many. I guess if I was in England and I looked up Thai woman kills her husband kills Thai woman, I'd probably see it. But when you hit that Google and you put that in there, Filipino tries to kill her husband, foreigner kills a Filipino, man, you're going to be shocked at all these stories coming up. And I'm saying, guys, we're missing some red flags over here. Hey, W Secrets to Success, he said, red flag. Thanks for that super chat. Anyone that's too damn quiet, you better pay close attention to them. Trust that. Yeah. Now believe it or not, I got that on here too. I got that on here. If they're too damn quiet, if they're too good, if they don't have anything going on in their past, that may be a red flag. Because ain't nobody perfect walking around here. Hey, Michael Onstad, thanks for that super sticker. This is the guy you need to see for your health insurance over here, guys. I give him a shout out, whenever he shows up on my channel. He doesn't have to give me a super chat or anything. Because some guy got on my case about my video yesterday. He said, yeah, Cal, you said that they don't need, he said, I was telling people not to get health insurance. No, I wasn't. I said, you don't need it, meaning you don't need health insurance to live. Okay, I told you as an insurance agent, I know how important it is, but the best health insurance in the world is not going to do anything for you if you're not taking care of yourself. It's insurance. It's not a miracle. And that's what most of you are wanting, a miracle. You just trash yourself. You show up at the hospital, you're going to need more than a health insurance policy. You're going to need a miracle. Look at John. All that money he had. It didn't save him. You guys are out of touch with reality. Michael Onstad sells insurance policies. He doesn't sell miracles. He's not a miracle worker. And let me add this. Most of you don't use that damn good insurance you got anyway. You never use it. You don't even go to the doctor. It's just, I got Blue Cross Blue Shield. I've got Aetna. You're bragging. I got TRICARE for life. But he said Thai food is better. Well, that's subjective. If you go to, you gotta realize, see, over here, I'm glad you brought this up, though, Theo Trinbago Diaz. Because this is a knock on the Philippines that's unwarranted. It's really not true. It's just that you have to know where to go to get good food here. Okay. That Morning Glory Grill, that food in there is as good as anything they offering over in Thailand. Now, it is a Korean restaurant, but I've been to Thailand. Yeah, they got excellent food. They got a lot of authentic, international foods over there. Okay. They have a bigger selection. But to say the food is better, no, that's subjective. To say they've got more selections, yes, I agree with you there. You go to that Morning Glory Grill in Lapu-Lapu and you tell me that food's not good. And that's situated right in the Philippines. Okay? I'm just being honest with you guys. And Marilyn's mother can cook. A lot of you are just getting with these young women who don't know how to cook. Well, I asked some mother to cook. But, yeah, that's subjective. Okay. Children by different men. I've got that down. That's a red flag. Does it mean anything? No. Maybe it doesn't, but it could. You got to dig a little deeper there. and find out what's going on with that woman. Okay. Immaturity. This is one we overlook. We overlook that. We're talking about the age gap. Now, you need to worry about the maturity gap. Some of these women over these young women, they can handle whatever you got, whatever you put on the table. They're mature enough to do that. They've been handling their business since they were 10 and 11 years old. But some women, I met a woman here recently with a guy, she was 38. And hell, she was immature as hell. I couldn't carry on a conversation with her. Neither could Marilyn. She was 38. We overlooked that. That's a red flag. Okay, that's a big red flag. Ron Vigil says, I'm moving to the Philippines by the end of the year. I've been there twice. I just sold my house. I've been to Cebu, Davao, San Jose, Del Monte City, and Bulacan. I like Bulacan, beautiful women. Yeah, see, you're doing the right thing. You're going around, you're trying to find that sweet spot. Because a lot of guys, they'll come here and park in Manila and tell you how bad the Philippines is, how trashy it is and dirty and polluted it is, because you're in one of the most congested cities in the world. And you're trying to, analyze the Philippines based on that. You can't do it, man. You need to get out of there. You're talking about a city that was designed for only 800,000 people. And it's something like 15 to 20 million people that come through that Metro Manila on a daily basis. That's a lot of people. Mike Dawsonville says, I didn't do the walk, but I rode a bike from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. 40 miles. Took us about the whole day. Yeah, it took me 3 days to walk about 85 miles, I guess. I walk 10 hours a day, Mike. And I got the same response from my American wives I got from Maryland. You can't do that. Why are you doing that? It's crazy. Well, you'll see. I'll do it. Yeah, he said, just like training day, you got to have a little dirt on you to be trusted. That's right. I mean, if you come over and you get a saint, that's a red flag, because that means she's going to be a saint all the way around. She's going to be talking about, oh, let's wait till we get married and before we do anything. And, but I want you to hold up to your end of the agreement, because I promise I'm going to hold up to mine once we get married. No, I don't want that. Margie Ovita, she says that Stan, if you're someone Filipina never gets jealous, it means she is a good woman for you. I don't know. That could be a red flag, because, if a woman doesn't get jealous. Well, I don't know, because, I don't go around asking people how old they are, but with all women and men, we have testosterone, David J., and that helps us to stay younger looking. And it helps us to continue to have babies long after a woman. We don't mature at the same rate. Okay? That's just that women do mature faster than men. They just do. And I use this example all the time. When you were young, 14, those little young 14-year-old girls that were having their periods and stuff, they wasn't looking at you for real. They were looking at the 18, 19, 20-year-old guys with cars and stuff. They were way beyond us, and it's still the same way, but now it's physically too. Look at a woman 60, unless she's taking just exceptional care of herself, or she has exceptional genes, she's hit the wall at 60. Really. That's anywhere. Michael Unstead said most of my claims are traffic accidents and tropical diseases, and that would probably be correct. That would probably be correct over here. He said that food is better if you like spicy food. Well, it depends on where you are, Frank. Like I said, come over here when you come over here, when you come back. Go to the Morning Glory Grill. That's just one of the places. But I will put that up against anything over there because I've been there before. This food at this Morning Glory Grill is on a whole other level. That's why if you just show up there, you may not be able to get in because it's going to be sold out. We tried that. We tried to walk in one time, and the man said, he remembered me from the meet and greet. He said, no, I'm sorry. He said, unless you got a reservation, we're fully booked. The food is off the chain. And I'm pretty sure there's other food places around there. You have to find them. That's why it's very important if you find a place like that, that you put us up on it. I don't have any money to be wasted. That's why I tell you, when you come to to St. Carlos City, the Mawani restaurant, man, you can't go wrong. Whatever you order on that menu is going to be good. But we need to help each other in that way. That way you can avoid all that stuff, because I'm going to tell you something. As much as I love CTishay, their food choices are not that great, man. I went to a Thai restaurant over there, man. The food was just bland. Didn't have any taste to it. But if you go to that Dolce Amore Italian restaurant, authentic Italian restaurant on CTishay Island, you're going to get some great food if you like Italian food. Payday One says, there's too many women to feel stuck with one and keep her at your job. Stop being Superman. Well, we're just talking about, this lady, okay, this guy. Most of the cases I did on my video today, they've been together for years, several years, some decades. And then all of a sudden it goes from love to murder, man. That's a hell of a, that's from one extreme to the other. There's nothing in between. It's like, why don't you just walk away? Don't you just run off like, Filipinos have a reputation. We always talk about how when you get over there, she's going to run off. Well, she might kill your ass over there. You'd be lucky if she just runs off. The chances that we're taking. But they take the same chances. And this is why I'm talking to both of us. We need to slow down. We need to get to know each other a whole lot better. Especially before you talk about getting married. Come on. You got to be kidding me. Married. And a lot of these guys, they're regretting it right now. Okay? A lot of men right now are regretting it. But maybe they did get out of there with their life. In 2019, 4 Filipinos lost their life in America. That's man, just unacceptable. To say that something's not deeper going on there, man, you're in denial. Something's going on. Culture matters, man. I mean, these women, they couldn't see beyond the opportunity. And I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying those red flags with these guys was there. They just didn't see them. They wasn't looking for them. And the lady that killed the man in Norway, the red flags was there. The lady that killed her Japanese husband here after 16 years of marriage, the red flags was there. But we're not looking at them. A lot of us come over here. I was talking to, who was I talking to? I don't want to say Andrew. I was talking to somebody. A lot of men over here, they're whipped, man. They're pussy whipped. And they're henpecked. And they just put their woman up here on a pedestal. She can't do anything wrong. And that's dangerous. And this is what happened probably to those men. She'll never do that to me. Not paying attention to who she's talking to, who she's dealing with. The Air Force guy, his woman had already bought a house. I don't even know if he knew. But she had already bought a house over here near her family. So the judge set the bail really, really high. Said, you're a flight risk, lady. Even though, there's a that reciprocity, where if you do something in America and you try to come to the Philippines, the Filipinos will arrest you and hand you over to the Americans. It's the same thing, but either way it goes, they prop that up there. But it's crazy when you look at these stories. The red flags was there. So look at the lady. Killed her husband, is going to kill her 2 sons too. What happened there? They said she snapped. Well, she probably been crazy. She been crazy before that. Okay, but she was whipping it on him because, he was 72. She was 43. They had a 16-year-old and a 9-year-old. Yeah, she was whipping him. He wasn't looking at nothing. He was blind as a damn bat. And that's what happens to us. We become blind as a damn bat. We don't know what she's doing. William White says a man or woman operating on their own conscience is capable of justifying anything in the right circumstance. Be and get one that has God in their conscience. Well, those are the ones that are most dangerous. The Filipinos are some of the most religious people in the world, man. Did you know how sick people get in the name of God, William White? Don't bring that stuff on my channel. And here he is co-signing it. Look up the Spanish Inquisition. Look up how black people were treated in America, in the name of God. Get over here with that stuff, man. You guys are crazy. Those are people that I fear the most. You religious nuts out there. I'm not saying all of you, but you're talking about with God in your conscience. God ain't stopped these people from doing nothing. Did it stop them Americans from dropping a damn bomb on Japan? Where was God in their conscience and all that? But they talking about, God bless America and all that. Man, y'all crazy with that stuff. I got to push back on that. What woman over here is going to say that she don't believe in God? Every last one of them. But that don't stop them from doing the things that they doing. And it don't stop you, William White, for doing all the stuff you doing. God conscious. No, it's not getting convoluted. We're just having a conversation about the red flags we're missing. But he says, get a woman with a God conscience, like that's going to guarantee you something. Everybody over there in America claims to be, because America's 3. I think it's the Philippines. I can't remember who's the second one, maybe Argentina, but then it's America, as far as the people who believe in God and have no doubt in their mind that God exists. Well, hell, you could have fooled me with the bull crap and then they'll throw that, we're not perfect. He didn't create us to be perfect. Well, you go to church every Sunday, and religion has been out there for all these centuries. And it hasn't done anything to change us, man. What's that say about that message? It says a lot. Hey, Marvin, thanks for that super chat. But I'm not picking on people in religion. He brought that to my channel with that foolishness. Like that's going to guarantee you something. The Ku Klux Klan, don't you realize they burn a damn cross? Okay? They're Christians, man. Y'all don't know history matters. Let's recap some of these red flags. And some of these things are just flaming red lights, flashing red lights. But remember, we can't look past the beautiful young lady standing in front of us. And she can't look past this great opportunity that's dropped out of the sky. We're literally dropping out of the sky over here. Diamonds are falling from the sky in the Philippines. They can't look past that. So they get with this guy who has a history of abusing women. They have no idea because they don't check. They don't ask the right questions. They don't care. Oh, he loves me. He did the visa. That means he loves me. Oh, he's sending me money every month. That means he loves me. Okay? Look at the story of all stories. a murder in the family. This guy was sending this young lady back in 2000 because the murder, she had him murdered in 2002. But in 2000 and in the late 90s, when they first met, he was sending this young lady 1,000 pounds per month. Back then, okay, she still had him killed. Still had him killed. It wasn't enough. Okay. A Geechee Lion's journey, yeah. He said, much evil with those people. He said, you were right about those so-called God-fearing people. Yeah, the Spanish Inquisition and all of that. Man, you guys are crazy. But let's go with some of these red flags. The visa talk, man. They're always talking about the visa. Oh, I want to leave the country, and, you know, it's everybody's fault but theirs. Okay? It's everybody's fault but theirs. 99.99% of Filipinos that you're going to run into and meet, the proud Filipinos, they love this country, man. You know, only 1 out of 10 leave. You know, and then they send all the money back. The second, Filipinos are second only to Mexicans in remittance back to their home country. They send billions of dollars back here, man. Okay. Now, if you didn't love your country, you wouldn't do that. You didn't love your family and all that. But so if you meet a woman who's always talking about leaving, I got to get out of here, you know, that's a red flag. You know, and you can have morals. Morals existed before religion. Monkeys have morals. You can be somebody. Remember, I'm from America. We have freedom of religion, meaning the right to not practice it if we don't want to. But try that and be in politics. You really think Donald Trump and all those guys over there believe in God? He thinks he's God. Oh, man. Yeah, but I'm just saying, Spanish Inquisition. But see, history don't matter to people. Yeah, well, most people don't even, you know, what scripture? You know, we read the same. My father was a preacher, man. We read the same scriptures over and over and over. Man, that Bible is so full of evil stuff in there. Let's get away from the Bible. Because all y'all do is read you cherry pick out of that. Cherry pick out of that Bible. And 90% of people have never even read the Bible from one end to the other. And it's not a real book. It's not a continuous story. You only learn about the last week of Jesus's life. Well, what happened to the other 33 years that Jesus was on the earth? Did he have a girlfriend? Did he use the toilet? They don't tell you none of that in the Bible. You're supposed to read between the lines. You know, I guess he did. I guess it was holy shit. I guess it was. Jesus had holy shit, I guess. You know. Okay, he says the Filipinos that continuously have daily sob stories that require financial assistance and bailouts. Well, yeah, that's an obvious. I didn't even put that on here because that's obvious. That's the biggest red flag of them all when they're asking for money because, see, now Filipinos, they're smart, guys. Give them credit. They know that if they ask you for anything, you're going to run because they know they have a reputation. Is it the right reputation? In my opinion, no. But who am I? I've got a very little bit of experience. 14 years is nothing over here in the eternity of the Philippines. But they know what their reputation is of being gold diggers and asking for money. So they're not going to do it. They want to be different. So they won't ask you. And then they know that you're going to spend anyway. You spend even before you meet up for the airline ticket and everything. You even spend on the dating site. So she knows when you get over here, you're going to spend. She don't have to ask us for nothing. Yeah, well, thanks, Dave. You just gave yourself up. Yeah. You know, guys always want to stand behind that religious thing. That's what makes me mad, man. But yet the world is going crazy. Where are the real religious leaders? Can't they stop some of this crazy stuff? All the underhand. I mean, every nation on the earth, it seems like the devils are winning, not the Christians. Like, wow, people gotta wisen up, man. He said, desperate people do desperate things. Yeah, we're all desperate then. Because, hold on, guys, I gotta let, hey, y'all let Curly in. Can y'all let Curly in, please? Yeah, I guess that's why we come over here and get married at the drop of a dime to people we don't know. And then we take them back to our country and then they suffocate us while we're asleep. Or the Filipina says, oh, he's such a nice man. He did my visa for me. He's taking care. He's sending me money every month. And then we turn around and kill him. You know, the one guy in Vegas in 2019, 4 people got killed. He could kill his ex-wife in front of the baby. But to his detriment, an onlooker killed him. You know, W Secrets to Success vlog, thanks for that super chaser. Guys, what's the #1 skill the U.S. Army teaches us? Pay attention to details. Not paying attention in life will get your ass rounded up or killed. Yeah, we don't pay attention to details. How? When you coming off one of them long dry spells, or you know, you can't get the woman that you want over there, and you see these beautiful women over here, we can't get past that. We don't even look past that. Is she going to meet me at the airport or the hotel? Yeah. Is the girlfriend experience going to happen? Yeah. That's all we're worried about. He says, when you're talking about God, I'm hoping the Dumagetti girls are not watching you. Well, I'm not talking about God, really. This guy brought that up on here, and I'm just saying, what's that guy? It's not going to guarantee you anything. Every last woman that you meet over here is going to believe in God. Those women that killed their husbands, they believed in God. Some people would tell you that God made me do it. You know, when people tell you that, you need to go the other way. Your God was talking to me and all that stuff. Now you're talking to yourself. Bova says yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I don't care. I mean, people can practice what they want to practice, but I'm not knocking anybody's religion. Just wear your religion on your sleeve. It'd be a whole lot better, but people will actually blame it on God, that God told them to do it. You know, the actual authors of Mark, Luther, and John are unknown. These books come hundreds of years after Jesus' death. Yeah, but like I said, history don't matter to people over there. It doesn't matter. I mean, simple things that could be explained, they're not going to want to hear it because they've suspended their intelligence to believe in that crap. Well, I'm sorry. You can't even find one proof that Jesus ever lived. But you can find all kinds of stuff. You can find dinosaur bones from millions of years ago. But you can't find like one fork, not one eating utensil from the damn Noah's Ark. Man, get out of my face. Winston Graham says, hey, Cal returns home to the hamster wheel for one more year. July 24, I step off and will be returning for good. This is a sharp guy right here. This gentleman here. He's from the Caribbean. He was at the meet and greet. Did you end up in Boracay, Winston? Yeah. Your accents, and a lot of times it won't anyway. Yeah, the devil made me do it. Yeah, I did it in the name of God. The slave master was praying to the same God that he wanted you to pray to. And see, we sugarcoat slavery. Like, oh, they had a you watch Roots and you believe that. Slaves weren't wearing three-piece suits and sleeping on mattresses, guys. Wake up. Okay, that's the television. They didn't have pillows back then. You want to know what slavery was? Read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. He'll tell you. He said up until the age of 12, he had either he's lucky to be alive, by the way, because he damn near froze to death. Slaves back then, you either got a shirt or a pair of pants. You didn't get them both. Okay, he slept on the cold, hard ground. He was lucky to get a damn piece of corn throughout the damn day. So, yeah. Don't tell me about what was God all those years doing slavery. Get out of here with that. Yeah, God didn't tell that boy to kill 9 people that welcome him in their church. We can go on and on, guys. Let's get off this religious stuff. But he's bringing that on my channel. I don't like it, man. I've got a right to not practice that stuff. Yeah. Whatever, Al. Whatever. Of course. You can record it all you want. It's in the Bible, but you can't find one piece of evidence that he ever walked the earth. But you can find bones, a whole complete Tyrannosaurus Rex bones from millions and millions of years ago. But you can't find one piece of wood from that damn Noah's Ark, because a lot of the stuff in the Bible is allegoric. It's not literal like we take the Bible literally. So yeah, let's get off religion, guys. Let's talk about the red flags, because every woman and every man that you see, certainly every politician, those evil, ornery politicians, they're going to say that they're children of God. Okay? You have to say it if you want to get elected in America. But what's another one on here? Okay, if she starts talking about a family and marriage, okay, early on, it's like, lady, you don't know me. Why you want to marry me all of a sudden? Why you want to start a family with me? You don't know me. It's too early. That's a red flag. If she has a temper, most Filipinos over here are even keeled. They'll hold it inside. But if she's showing you right up the top, if she gets mad over the simplest stuff, she got a temper and raising her voice and all, that's a red flag. We don't even ask women about their backgrounds. Go if you're gonna go to see the woman and meet her family, find out more than just who her mother and father is. Look at the house she was brought up in. Talk to some people around. That's going to tell you a whole lot about the woman you're dealing with. We seem to think that they all come from, in America, the projects is you're poor. Well, hell, that would make you middle class over here. Okay? So when you go and you see how some of these women, the backgrounds that they come from, not making them bad people, but I'm saying they're human beings. It's going to have an effect on them. You try to take them from that and take them to Europe or somewhere, America, you're going to have trouble, because you're skipping over a whole lot of stuff. You're taking a woman straight from, every province is not the same. Some are worse than others. Some are more primitive than others. You got to get to know the background, Guys, okay. Mr. Powerbrain says, I've had women in the States ask me that I plan on getting married on the first date. Yeah, huge red flag. Yeah, if immaturity, okay, this is a big one. We're always talking about the age gap. Well, what about the immaturity gap? the immature gap. When when you're with a woman and she's just not only young in age, but she's young in her thinking. That's a red flag. Because by the time she grows up and matures, you're going to be dead. And immaturity brings about revenge and spite and all of that stuff. That eventually gets you killed. The lady in Norway said that her and her husband had just had 2 arguments the night before. Every time she looked up a way to kill somebody, it was after an argument. You don't want to be with a woman like that. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm your husband. You're going to tell me that we can't disagree and still get along? That you go straight from A to Z? You go straight to murder? Now, something's already there that you've missed. Hey, John, he's from sunny California. Yeah, maturity is very crucial. But what's causing that change? Is it you? Are you mistreating the lady or something? What's causing her to change over the years? I'm talking about to go to murder, Butcher. See, you're justifying this erratic behavior. You're justifying it. You can't go straight to murder. Just leave then. Why don't you just leave? Yeah, Phil Hartman. Well, the risk of immaturity, like I said, it causes all that stuff. Spite, revenge. They'll cut off their nose to spite their face. You don't want to be involved in somebody like that. Immaturity will have them calling the police on you when you haven't done anything. Okay? They'll do something and then regret it later on. That's immaturity. That's the risk of immaturity. And you'll know it right off the bat when they don't get their way. Okay? And they want to act out when they don't get their way. And it's always somebody else's fault. They never look at themselves. They don't have enough life experience. You can't talk about anything. Only thing that matters to them, I need a new phone. Or the latest flip-flops. They stay on Facebook all damn day, which most women do over here anyway. Well, we met a woman 38 and she was not mature. I don't know how this guy's dealing with that. He must have the patience of a saint. He's a real, real nice guy. Because hell, the minute we hit the beach, I want to ride that. Talking about they had a floating cottage, right? But the damn floating cottage was basically broken down. It was leaning to one side. But the minute she saw, I want to ride that. I want that. And he said, he's talking to her like she's a little girl. I heard him say, yeah, we can do that, but not right now, hon, okay? This woman was immature, man. Very immature. And you will know it. You don't want to deal with that. If he gets involved with that, he's going to be in big trouble. He says we stay in relationships past the expiration date. I wonder if what is the expiration date on a relationship? Because I was thinking about this last night. You guys are geniuses. Y'all get up in my head because I was thinking like, well, what's it going to be? How's she going to feel about me after 5 years? Is it still going to be the same after 10? When does the expiration date really expire? Because there's some truth to this. Yeah, see, we don't even joke about killing. No, don't even joke with me about that. But they're not joking. They're going straight from love to attempted murder, or love and murder. Because that attempted murder can scar you for the rest of your life. So now you can't walk. You're paralyzed or whatever it is. You can't see. And all of that. I'm here to tell you that we can see that in the beginning, but we ignore it. And I guarantee you that. because women have a power over men. This testosterone gets us in trouble. That nutsack that you carry around gets you in a whole lot of trouble. It blinds us. And we can't see the obvious. Everybody else can see it, and they'll try to tell you. They'll say, hey, man, look, don't do this. She's only doing this. And you're not looking. Man, I'm sitting here telling you that I've talked to guys over here. Everybody can see the red flags, but they're infatuated with these young women. It's going to be trouble. Well, he says female nature is universal regardless of woman. Well, I made a video not too long ago. I said, well, if that's the case, well, give me the Filipina then. If all women are the same, I'd rather have her then. I'd rather have the foolishness coming from a 5 foot, 110-pound woman with a 27-inch waist than Big Bertha over there, or Big Susie, who's in a delusion. Yeah, they go straight for the jugular. Something's not right there. Something's not right there. If they go, they're not even trying to talk anything over. And if you've ever been involved with a Filipino, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can't reach them, and they can't reach you. Communication, man. There's no deep communication there. Trying to get your point across to somebody from a totally different culture who they can understand what you're saying, but they can't understand the meaning. It'll drive you crazy. You better be able to get along with them. But it's frustrating when because they can't see, you can't get them to see it no matter what. So you have to know when to walk away. You certainly don't have to kill them. He said toxic. No, I'm going to tell you there, it gets us in a lot of trouble, though. People understand. A guy was explaining that to me before, Eric, from Eric and Cindy Adventures. He's a smart guy. He's like, Cal, as long as we got nuts, we're going to have problems. He said, because it's going to drive us to do crazy stuff we don't want to do, especially when it comes with women. Testosterone is responsible for our desire to have sex at a high rate. It has nothing to do with your moral character. Hell, the preachers are screwing around. He said 300 viewers. Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank y'all. I remember when I was in Thailand, me and Chocolate Me in Thailand was 650. My 3-year anniversary is next Sunday. Now, I don't know. I'm probably going to have the live stream on Saturday because I'll be traveling on Sunday to Cebu to catch the 2GO to go to Cagayan de Oro for the meet and greet. But if we get 1,000 viewers, 1,000 people watching, we're going to have some special stuff going on the live stream. I'm not even going to have the live stream in this room. It's going to be somewhere else. It's going to be special. It's 3 years, man. You think that's easy to do and constantly keeping your content relevant and all of that. Try it and see. We make it look easy. So, yeah, if Filipina P, that's why I don't knock any vloggers. If she can get 100,000 views for walking through Walmart, more power to her because she had to work herself up to that point. It's not easy. She makes it look easy, but it's not. Hey, thank you. He said, let's go, folks. Yeah, I love the chance. Yeah, it's incredible. I was shocked. But if we get 1,000 people watching next week, it's going to have something special, man. I'm going to put out something special for everybody. Hey, Elan, thank you. I love you back. But yeah, let's get back to some of this stuff. Okay, children by different men. That's really a big red flag. That a lot of us, if you see that, because you're never going to find out. Okay, unless, Now, if somebody met Marilyn, they would say, yeah, you got, because they'll see Booby and then they'll see Sophia, right? But normally you're not going to be able to do that when you come over here, okay? And then the same, remember, you can turn that around. And the Filipino looks and says, okay, he's got women by children by 4 different women. See, we want to give each other the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes it costs you your life when you do that. You can't do that. We ignore the red flag. He's got some red flags here. He says, overly controlling behavior, lack of trust, low self-esteem, physical, emotional, mental abuse. Now, see, this is what we don't know, though, going in. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we need to find out about her and her about us. Substance abuse, we don't know. Narcissism, anger management issues, codependency, yeah. But a lot of the stuff is undetectable. You can't see it. They're going to have to tell you. They have to get honest. You're going to have to be around long enough for it to come out. And he says stay away from single moms. Now, I'm going to have to push back on that, obviously. I don't think that's a problem. That's not a red flag. It could be, but it's not. That's not a red flag because, the only reason I'm going to tell you is because most of us that come over here, we could be considered single fathers, right? So that's a double standard. If I've got children, then why do I get more credit for not being with the woman that I'm with than her not being with the man that she's got the children by? Hey, thanks, Just Christian, for the super chat. He says, what's the topic story of this live stream? I just got here late. He missed the red flags with a Filipino and almost cost him his life. We're talking about the red flags that we as foreigners overlook in the Filipina and the Filipino overlooks in us. The specific case that we're talking about is the Filipina in Arizona who's charged with attempted murder for trying to kill her Air Force husband by poisoning his coffee. And we're saying he should have saw some red flags in that lady long before she tried to kill him. She went straight from love to attempted murder. And then I did a video today and I give some cases where love, what they called love. See, that's why I've been telling you guys, love ain't got nothing to do with it. It turned into murder on both sides. Because nobody goes into a relationship thinking that the other side is going to kill them. But it's happening so much between Filipinos and foreigners that something deep is happening. And we're trying to figure out what. We're not psychologists or nothing, but we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation. But no. We're not saying that. You're missing what I'm saying, the connector. He said because she gets benefits and won't let you have kids. I'm saying, why should we get more credit for not being with the mother of our children than she gets for not being with the father of her children? See, because he said stay away from single moms. Well, most of us that come over here, we've got children, man. We're considered single fathers. Why are we any better? That's what I'm saying. What makes a single father better than a single mother? I don't get it. He says some of the best Filipinos are single mothers. They are. Everybody makes some bad choices. Just Christian, thanks for that super chat. He said, yeah, the one with the bleach. I saw that story floating around. A lot of people making generalizations without knowing the Filipinos culture. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't know, and we don't know. Culture matters. But I say it till I'm blue in the face, and people don't listen. And all women are the same. They keep saying. Well, you better hope they are, And yeah, they do. Because in that same search that I saw, there's an American woman in Georgia that's charged with attempting to kill her husband in the Bahamas. Hey, Mo, he said, good morning, Brother Cal. They're jealous of any girls around me, yet it's okay for her to have male friends. Yeah. Now, see, that is a red flag. Great point. Yeah, great point. But I would say if a woman's not jealous, I would say that's a red flag. Over here, I mean, because they're jealous, man. I mean, they just are. I mean, okay, of course, my son's mother, she contacts me to let me know how he's doing and what he needs and everything. And Maryland's jealous about that. Oh, if you went back to America, you'd probably get back with her and all that. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. That's over. Thomas Marshall says, I had two women that I was talking to before I got here. Both of them was fine, but one always seemed to have problems with me. The other one was sweet, mild-mannered. Guess which one I picked? What, the one that had problems? I hope not. He said, what's the story? The backstory. The backstory is, and you can easily Google that. I don't have to put the link there because that's just, it's all in the news right now. The backstory is the Filipina and the American serviceman, they were going through a divorce, but they were still living in the same house. Well, he noticed that his coffee was tasting different, so he put some cameras up in his house while they were over in Germany. And it saw her poisoning his coffee, but he didn't press any charges then. He waited till they got back to America in Arizona. And he put the cameras back up and he saw her pouring bleach and everything in his coffee maker. He was pretending like he was drinking it. Meanwhile, he was contacting the police. She's been charged with attempted murder, premeditated. She's under a $250,000 bond. My point is, when did it turn from love to attempted murder? That's pretty extreme when it goes from love to attempted murder. There had to be some red flags there. Hey, Ron, he says, Sunshine Show to send in love and support, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, see, this is what immaturity would do, though. Thanks for bringing this up. This is another risk of dealing with an immature woman. Remember, I said they'll pick up the phone and call the police even though you haven't done anything. He said, no risk of somebody saying you touched a kid. See, this is what an immature woman would do, bent on revenge, bent on getting you in trouble. Yeah, this is what they'll do. Mike Dawsonville says, red flag when they're very secretive and sneaky. Yeah, if they've got several Facebook accounts and then they'll tell you, oh, I just got that account because I forgot the password of my other one. Whenever they got those multiple Facebook accounts and stuff like that, guys, something's going on. And they ask you to get rid of all your stuff, when they'll tell you, see, here's how they get us too. I'm giving y'all some good nitty-gritty information of how these women operate. Remember, I told you they're on every dating site. Every woman's going to be on every dating site because it's free to them. There's no way you could do that because you would go broke paying that $29.99 for 10 different dating sites. But they'll tell you, oh, yeah, I'm serious about you. I'm going to delete my account, delete yours, knowing you only got that one account. But she's got 5 or 6 other accounts, guys. You got to wake up to that game right there. Okay, so now you off the scene and she's still doing her thing. No way you can find out because you don't belong to those dating sites. But some guy says, yeah, I met my woman on Christian Filipina. It don't matter, guys. They're all the same women on those sites. Okay? It doesn't matter that you met on Christian. There's devils on the Christian dating site. More devils than it is Christian. Okay? He says, I don't like the little lies. Well, yeah, you can't escape that one. the little white lies, that could be a good thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Filipinos, they want to be the perfect mate for you. So sometimes you just gotta tell them, look, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But they want to be perfect. So they don't want to mess up at all. So they'll tell those little white lies. Did you pay the electric bill? Yeah. And then the lights go out. Or whatever it is. But after a while, you got to stop them little white lies, and that's how you do it. You let them know you don't have to be perfect. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to care for you, whatever it is. A red flag is controlling and hyper vigilant and constant interrogation. Yeah, that's going to go on, but that's good for her. I applaud them when they continuing to interrogate you. This may save her life. Imagine if those other women would have been in constant interrogation. Because both sides, we let our guard down, and that's when they pop up and smother you while you're dead. While you sleep. This woman went on the internet 3 weeks up to the time she killed the man over in Norway, the Filipina. They internet experts, geniuses. She's looking up certain ways. So I guess she came across that one. Put a smoldering grill under his bed while he sleep and let him die of carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide poison. And that's what happened. But the daughter said, hey, I told them to check that grill. See, they never checked the grill. It was only later when they did the investigation and she kept on needling them. Hey, check that grill. Did they look into the grill? But I think that's how do you go from love to that? Something's going on in between there that he's not seeing. But remember, he was 61 and obese. Remember, I told you over here, age don't matter. What you look like don't matter. How much you weigh don't matter. But it might matter, see? But he was obese. She was probably rocking his world, gave him a break from the damn Playboy magazines and the damn Pornhub. And, he went to sleep and he never woke up. All the while, this woman is looking at ways to kill your ass. And you have no idea because you're whipped. And I see it. Guys over here are blind. They make me so mad. You can't even get an interview with them. You can't even, hey, man, let's go out to the beach. Or let's go to the gym. They whip, man. They're not going nowhere unless they woman's with them. They're henpecked. They can only go as far as she can see them. And that's dangerous. Meanwhile, she's doing everything under the sun. She can do whatever she wants to do. That man Travels. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for that super chat. He says some very good red flag suggestion by Calvin and community. Just want to say all the Moreno Filipinos, you're gorgeous in every way. Yeah, man, and that's most of the women over here. I don't even think anybody comes over here for a white Filipino. It looks weird to me, to be honest with you. It'd almost be like seeing a black Chinese when you see a white Filipino like that. Because some people over here, for a fact, and in Asia, period, they're taking that glutathione. Now it's going straight to the vein. It's not the soap anymore. It's going straight to the vein, man. And they white. There's white is this, man. It looks weird as hell. Mm-hmm. They're whiter than, what do you call those people? Albino. You've seen the albinos. I don't care what race you are. All albinos are like the same color. Excuse me. But they have like a pink color to them. These people are white. White people aren't even white. And it's weird, man. I seen a lady at Seymour like that. I just so happened to look next to me, and really, I wanted to scream. She scared me, man. It looks weird. And I'm like, nobody wants to be that white. But I guess they do. Carlos Toro says, to this day, my Panay does not have a clue as to my monthly income. My assets, not a clue. I control all expenses. No allowance. I think they're a waste of money. Well, I tell you what, that's a smart move right there. See, because they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you all of that. Now, what I would do is, sometimes I would give her the money. I'm going to manage it. I'm going to control it. That's why I suggest the guys. But sometimes I let her spend it, because if I go to I've been in St. Carlos over 4 years. If I go to the wet market right now, they're going to overcharge me. They just don't care, because they think, oh, well, I've got it. I got that extra. So, yeah, I control everything. But I say, here, Marilyn, go to the marketplace, because she's going to get the better price. He said albinos look strange. Yeah, well, you think albinos look strange. Wait till you come over in Asia and you see these white Japanese. Because in America, the Japanese aren't white. That's why when I first came here in 2009, I was over in Lapu-Lapu, because remember, Lapu-Lapu was all that then. Yeah, you might as well have been in Boracay or somewhere. It just hasn't recovered from the damn pandemic. Remember, that place is so congested, and then you shut it down for 2 years. It's going to go to hell pretty quick. It hasn't come back, but at that time, it was like being in Bahal or anywhere, man. It was a really, really nice place. And, man, I see these Japanese, man, they were super white. I didn't know what they were. And the lady's like, yeah, those are Japanese. And I'm like, wow. They don't look nothing like the Japanese I'm used to seeing. They were white, glowing white. It just looks crazy to me. So, yeah, if you think albinos look strange, wait till you get back over here. Yeah, it's a Casper the Friendly Ghost white. Well, if I'm able to do that, but if you go on Showtime, now I don't know, because he was locked up for a long time, but one of the big stars over here, his name is and you can see his transition. I forgot his name. Vong, I think it's Vong Revere. No, Vong. I think his name is Vong something. I mean, he's funny, he's talented, but this guy is taking a glutathione, man, and you can see it. I mean, he's just white as a ghost, man. And see, I've been coming over watching It's Showtime for years, and I saw his change. He looks nothing like himself. He is super white, man. Yeah. Have y'all seen Sammy Sosa? Crazy looking butt. It's crazy, man. Now, this is a Filipina, man. Listen to her. And I gotta agree with her. I would give her an allowance, because she's probably not gonna work while she's with you. But it's your money. And see, this is how love goes to murder and attempted murder. She becomes agitated and frustrated with you, like, well, hell, I quit my job. I don't have a job. I'm giving everything to you, and you don't even want to give me a little, $10,000 every month. Because you're gonna spend more than that on her. If this is the same Carlos that I know, that fine ass woman you got, I know you spending a lot of money there, and that's okay. But yeah, it's crazy looking white, Yeah, Bong Navarro. Yeah, thank you, RVRV. I've seen his change, and it's crazy, man. You can go look at some of his movies, like, let's say 10 years ago, And he just looks like a regular Filipino. You know, he's like a comedian and stuff like that, right? But then you fast forward to today, and you're like, it's like Sammy Sosa. Yeah, he looks crazy, man. Yeah, they are. They're transactional. Most of them are. But I would rather have a transactional relationship than a murderous relationship. That's why I try to keep things open with Maryland. Any woman I've dealt with, even my American wife, because see, I read too much. I read those true crime books, and the woman's always killing the man in his sleep. She's always shooting him in his head while he's asleep, right? And I told my American wife, I said, look, you know, no matter what I do, don't do that to me. Give me a chance. Let's talk it over, whatever it is, right? So the final straw, other than her saying, you know, ninjas like me come a dime a dozen, she told my brother, she said, I'm so angry with him, I shoot him in his head while he sleep, right? She said that. I never went back in that house again. I never slept in that bed again. See? So I would rather have it being transactional than murderous, man. You know, you don't have to kill me like that. Just walk away if you're not, you know, like the Peterson, Scott Peterson, and all these guys on death row and in prison for the rest of their lives for killing their wives, right? And I'm like, why would you do that, man? Why don't you just move on, man? Just divorce her, give her half your money or whatever, because you can get that back. They kill. And I'll never understand that. I'll never understand it. Martin Barber says, Calvin, an ex-girlfriend in Florida, had placed a restraining order against me in 2001. Stole $30,000 from my bank account, took furniture and jewelry. I was furious. I gave her 3 days to return my money. Did she give it back? Yeah, he looks dead white now. He didn't used to look like that. Yeah, see, if you want to natural, the most beautiful women over here, just in my humble opinion, are just natural Filipinos and what they look like in their natural environment, man. When you start doing all that, you go in there and there's an orange bar of soap in your damn bathroom. You need to have a talk with your Filipino. Like, hey, what's going on here? You know, why are you using that? What, are you looking for a better job? What is it with you? You see that orange bar of soap in there, okay? It's time that you sit her down and have a talk with her. What's going on? What's really going on? You know. And that's a red flag. When you see that orange bar of soap in there, because that's the cheap way to try to bleach your skin. It's never going to be even. Your elbows and your knees are still going to be whatever color they were before you start using that stuff. And you're going to really look stupid. Cedric Gal said, no matter what, I don't do shoot me while I'm asleep. Big brother Cal, you're hilarious. No, it's true. You know that, man. If you read those true stories, orange. It's an orange bar of soap. You're going to see it. If you see that, but now they're trying to get slick with it. It's pink now. They're coming out with this other color that's pink. But if it's not the pink Dove or the pink Safeguard, you know it's that whitening soap. It's time to have a talk with her. But yeah, these women, that's the way they get you. You sleep, and you know you wake up dead. They shoot you in so many cases of that. Watch 48 Hours Mystery. I watch too much of that stuff. They shoot the man in his head while he sleep. It's like, come on, man, give me a chance. That's why I promise you guys, if I'm ever robbed, you know, you hear about these stories where they tell they go in there and they tell everybody to get out on the ground and look face down at the ground, and then they shoot everybody in the back of the head. Now, just go on and shoot me, man. You're going to kill me anyway. Shoot me now. I'm not going to lay down and let you shoot me in the back of my head. I promise you that. I'll go to my grave with that one. Just go and kill me now. I'm not going to lay down on that floor and let you shoot me in the back of my head. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just talking about Chi-Town 38. We're just talking about, the whitening soul. And, because they was talking about, hey, a lot of women over there, that's a red flag. Because we're talking about red flags when they start bleaching their skin. Maybe they don't love each other. I mean, love themselves. Low self-esteem. Okay. But a lot of it may have to do with the fact that fair skin over here gives you an edge. It gives you an advantage. Because believe it or not, a lot of these job descriptions, they'll have that on there, man. And it'll be cringy. You'd be like, if you tried that in America, man, they sue your behind. You'd go out of business. But it's age discrimination, color discrimination. It's all kind of stuff going on, right? They'll say like 18 to 30. They'll put it on there. 18 to 30. You can't do that in America, man. It's age discrimination. Yeah, but see, that's what the lady was trying to do, poison his damn food. He said, you don't wake up, brother Cal. Damn, you'll be dead. I don't know. I don't know if the spirit ever dies, really. I know the body probably does. Now, I ain't talking religion, guys, okay? Yeah, kind of like Michael Jackson. And that's what they're looking like, because Michael Jackson was using that drip. I know he was now, because everything he was using was drip. No, we're not saying it's a red flag. We're just saying some people think it is. I don't. I don't think it is. But I will ask them about it. I say, hey, why are you using this whitening soap? And see, because they're not going to have an answer for you. A lot of times they'll stop using it. You'll be like, why are you using this white soap? Why are you using this whitening cream and whitening soap? Well, just ask them, just talk to them, and they'll stop. I promise you. Well, it's not really dark. He says, Silver New Jack says, even though this live seems a little dark, it's always good to learn the bad side of things. Well, it's 360. The earth is round. You can't just talk about all the nice stuff, Silver New Jack, all the time. I mean, this is just real life. Pick up the paper right now, and I was researching some stuff, and of course, Google follows you. They had news from my hometown where people was getting shot. A woman had just gotten shot. That's one thing about America that's really troubling me in my hometown. A lot of women are getting killed, out in the street. It used to be that there was like some type of like an unspoken agreement about, let's not kill the women and children. But now these young women are getting killed, shot down like, in the street. But yeah, all of them. Okay, he said she wasn't working when I met her, but the money I have given her goes to her mom, and then I have to send money as well. She does get everything she needs when she needs it. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, otherwise, you're gonna build some type of wedge in between there, and there's no need, because it's just so much less trying to maintain a woman over here than it is over there in the West. He says, sleep with one eye open, but the best advice is from Brother Cal, just leave the relationship and walk away, save your life. That's not worth it. Once I heard her say that, my brother told me, he said, yeah, she said that she was so mad at you that she was wanting to shoot you in your head while you were asleep. And I know she got that right from me, because I told her that. And I never went back in. Yeah, but it's this old, P was talking about that. Filipinos trying to get white, Americans trying to get darker. Not Americans, white Americans maybe. I'm not trying to get any dark. I'm going to get darker anyway, but That's that's all around the world, but it comes from there's a movement going on right now, led by a half black, half Filipino woman talking about being proud of your color over here. I forgot the name of the movement, but it's growing in stature, it's growing in momentum. A lot of women aren't using that stuff anymore. But if you see one using it, then you dealing with it. Just ask her why. Why are you doing that? You think it makes you smarter or something? No, I grew up in America. I'm not afraid of America. But at this point in my life, I've got choices, I've got options. There's life outside of America, Ricky Goodman. I'm not that afraid of America, but I've got choices, I've got options. There's life outside of here, brother. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't have to live my life on that dot anymore. I can come out here, and I found that the things I've been looking for my whole life that I was so frustrated and couldn't get my hands on over there, they were out here all along. That's all I'm saying. I'm not afraid of America. I love America. It's a lot of the people over there that I don't love, that I don't like, and their attitudes and everything. But I'm not afraid of America. And I grew up in the toughest part of Louisville, Kentucky, my whole life. But I grew up around, I had 5 other brothers, and I was next to the youngest. So I was protected. But no, I'm not afraid. I'm not going to live my life being afraid. Beach of Life says the armpit whitening was the last straw for me. Now, see, that's new to me. He said he's going back after 6 years. Yeah, you need I think we all need a break. Some of us need to vacate when some of us only need a vacation. I always say that. But only you're going to know which one of them you are. I needed to vacate. I was this close to snapping. I was one of those people you was getting ready to see on the news from going off. I got that frustrated, And so I removed myself. Instead of hurting myself and everybody else, I had a moment of clarity. And it came when I went to my son's school. And he's in the kindergarten. And I was there with the teacher, the counselor, and the vice principal. And they're talking about my son like he's getting ready to enter college. That was my moment of clarity. It's like, yeah, it's time to go. That was September. October, I bought our tickets. December, we were over here. I haven't went back. He said, who's checking armpits? Oh, my God. He says that the Louisville felt more dangerous after April 4th, 1968. See, I'm going to tell you, I wasn't even 5. I was about ready to turn 5 when that happened. But I remember my father, we was all watching that when Martin Luther King was killed. And I remember my father cutting the television off. Remember, he was a preacher. And we all held hands and he said a prayer. That's really all I remember about that day. That man Travis said, Calvin, you should add this to your Jordan rules. No whitening soap. Morena's gorgeous. Yeah, but that whitening soap, it don't get it. Because I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was some type of carrot soap, believe it or not, because they sell that. They sell that carrot soap and Save More. So I'm washing my hands with it and everything. And the woman I was with at the time said, no, you don't want to do that. That's whitening soap. I was like, whitening soap? I said, why are you using this soap? She never used it again, because it puts them in an awkward position. You're sitting there with a brown man and you're trying to get white. I'm saying, so what are you saying about me? What are you thinking about me? That I'm inferior or something? But yeah, I didn't know what that orange soap was at first. I was washing my hands with it. I was doing everything with it. She said, no, that's whitening soap. I about freaked out because I didn't know what it was going to do to my face. Yeah, see, there is some food over there, that you miss, you grow up on. But I've assimilated into the Philippine society. I don't miss that stuff anymore. If I went to America, I would be missing the food from over here. That's how long I've been here. I've thoroughly gotten it out of my system. And until you're able to leave a place for that long, which most of us don't do, most of us go on a 2 or 3 a month vacation and we're back at home. But I mean, after almost 5 years, see, macaroni and cheese, I don't crave that anymore. And sweet potatoes and greens and chitlins, I don't crave that. Now, a good burger every now and then, I crave that. Or I crave homemade tacos. But for the most part, I didn't assimilated into this society, guys. I would be missing the Philippines if I went home more than missing America while I'm over here. Because a lot of that stuff I was eating wasn't any good for me anyway. That's why when I came over here, I was 30 pounds overweight. Mr. X said, good evening, hit the like button. Yeah, come on, guys. He says, just saw 89 people died in the Maui fire. Wow. Do they have local fire departments there? Just wondering how that works. Yeah, but, you can't do anything about them. What was that? Was that they don't call them forest fires. What do they call them? But man, I was shocked to see that. Usually you see that type of stuff in California. Imhotep 1934 said every American has a right to fear what's going on in America right now. The gangs are running wild and carjackings and murders here in Chicago off the hook. Well, the carjackings are off the hook. I mean, they're like something like 400% in Louisville, Kentucky. Look up Louisville, Kentucky. It's not Chicago, but murders are off the chain over there. And 65% of them are not being solved, guys. It's one of the lowest rates in the whole country. It's very, very dangerous there. And, these people are, a lot of this segment of society is out of control. And you can't lock up that problem, man. You got to do something else about that. Yeah, most of their stars are like, and most of ours are too. Let's be honest. Most of ours are too. You can go over to India, man, where hell they probably got the most brown people. They probably got more brown people than Africa. And hell, their stars in Bollywood are white. They just recently passed some laws in certain countries in Africa where you can't do that anymore. You can't misrepresent the population. If the majority of the population is brown, then the billboards got to be brown. The people on the billboards have to be brown. TJ Johnson said, LOL, I do get the wild man inner South craving sometimes. The only major Filipino chain brand we don't have in the Bay. Yeah, I mean, you miss that cultural stuff. But after a while, I've been over here so long, I don't miss it. Would I love to have a good soft taco over there with everything on it? Yeah, but now I can go to Cebu and get that. Would I like some good General Soul chicken at the Oriental House on Shelbyville Road in Louisville, Kentucky? Absolutely. I miss that. But her mother makes, I promise you, man, because I was wondering, what does this taste like? Her mother's adobo that she makes tastes like that damn General Soul chicken at the Oriental House. But yeah, some things I miss, but majority of it is I don't. Well, I don't know him. I don't know David Campbell from The Man in the Moon, so I really don't. I don't have any opinion on him, I know he doesn't like me, but I don't care. It's none of my business. He don't know me either. But now I don't know him, so I don't have anything. I wish him the best. I wish everybody the best. Winston Graham said, Cal, no, I didn't make it to Boracay because the weather was bad there, and I decided not to go. I went to Lady instead. While you're on the subject of red flags, if she drinks every day, is that a red flag? I would say, yeah. If she drinks every day, yeah. He said exactly what I asked. Your woman does not want to be brown. What does she think of you? Well, that's what I'm saying. But remember, the guy was saying every transaction, every relationship is transactional. You know, sometimes they can't see past the opportunity. So she's not even looking at your skin, how much you weigh, what you look like. Okay, but she is looking at that opportunity. And that's what she thinks about me. But after a while, they'll see that in my eyes it's disrespectful. I'm like, why in the world would you, I don't want that around me. And it's their choice. They either do it or they don't. Yeah, they put they put light whitening soap in my bathroom. No one told. It was already in there. He said they have a Mindanao basket in CDO. If we make it out on time, I'll treat you to a burger with USDA meat. Oh man, now I want to see that. That would be nice, TJ. He said, what about Thanksgiving? Well, normally it's not celebrated over here. Now, if you go up to English City and the Clark and those places where it's a lot of Americans and they got all that sort of thing for sale, they're going to celebrate that. But here we don't celebrate it. Like I said, I haven't had turkey and dressing and all of that in almost 5 years, cranberry sauce and all of that. But of course, there's always going to be something that's going to take its place. There's always going to be something that's going to substitute it. But yeah, they usually do that up in English City and all that place. Now, believe it or not, he said South Africa is a good place for vacation. Before I started looking at the Philippines, I was looking at South Africa because I'm a beach guy. Okay. I love white sand beaches. They call them sugar sand beaches in South Africa. And that's what I love. I would travel the world just to be on the beach. The one thing that impressed me about Brazil when I was there, Colombia, was the beaches. When I went to London, they had the strangest beach. It was rocks. It was rocks, man. It was rocks. And it was coming down like this. And people was laying on the rocks. I mean, big boulders, right? And then you're looking out into the water. Now, that was either Italy or England. I can't remember. But it was the strangest thing I've ever seen. It was the beach. They had these big boulders, right? And people laying back like they're on sand or something. And there's the ocean, but there's nothing but big rock, big boulders. But I love the beaches. And that was one of the places I was looking at. Hey, Tony Smith, I'm doing good. Oh, yeah, he's the one. He says, I said, the Neotech media. He says, I'm the one that sent the picture of the Beyond Booty today. I see you laugh, bro. The whitening thing is so beyond, brothers. Is other world thinking. I'm from and in DC, most don't have a clue of the real world. Yeah. But remember, black people used to do that same stuff, man. We used to do the same stuff. And we still do it in a lot of ways. We still do it in a lot of ways. Our women certainly do it. I mean, I don't know what's worse, trying to lighten your skin or wearing a damn wig cap on your damn head. When you got hair already, she worked instead of them falling for your skin, your beautiful brown skin, they're saying your beautiful hair is not any good. So they'll put on a damn wig and put wigs on these little kids. my daughters, believe it or not, this is what I get into them. We get into it about this all the time. I'm like, you got long hair, you got nice looking hair. It's not long enough for them. It's not flowing enough for them. So that has something to do with self-esteem, man. I mean, and then when you got the biggest stars that they look up to over there doing the same thing, it could all change overnight. If one of them stars, they tried it, India.Arie and different ones like that. But the bigger stars don't do it. They're wearing all that fake stuff. So the girls are going to continue to do it, thinking they have to be accepted. Yeah, well, actually now, a guy who came to my house, he's actually, the engineer who built this house, he has a mentor. He has a guy who's above him. I mean, this guy's super rich. I met him and his wife. They've got a turkey farm because the guy who came over here, he's from America. He's married to their niece. And he introduced them to Thanksgiving. And so they started a turkey farm. But the masses don't. No, the masses don't. Now, like I said, if you live up there by Angley City and all those places like that, you can get that. Hey. Yeah, he said you can find that in CTishay. Yeah, but the masses, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving over here. They don't, it's fish and chicken. When we're in Sikihor, we eat nothing but fish. When we're here, we basically eat nothing but chicken. Most of the time. I do. But they've got good fish here. We had it not last night, the night before, because yesterday was Booby's birthday, and we ate all that stuff that they eat over here, lechon and, everything. Tony Smith said, wearing CDO is a meet and greet. It's at I hope I'm saying it's like Charlie. Charlie is CHALI Beach Resort and Conference Center. It starts at 3 o'clock, August 24th. Come on out, guys. He said, Kenya's a nice place to try out. He says, I miss a good steak sandwich with fried onions. Yeah, that's one thing I miss, a good T-bone steak with mushrooms and onions. But, I don't miss it enough anymore like I used to where I'm craving it. Because if you try to get a steak over here, it's going to cost you. Now, when I was down in Zamboanga, you can get the T-bones, but they're small. But they're just as good. And anybody wants a T-bone steak, just go to Zamboanga. They got them. I mean, a bunch of them. And it shocked me when I first saw it. And yeah. He says, in Britain, the women are deeply covered in makeup and hair extensions, long eyelashes and nails. Yeah, it's just something's going on right there. Oh, yeah, of course they celebrate Christmas. Nobody celebrates Christmas like the Philippines. They start in September. I mean, really, they do. The very first Christmas I had over here, I only bought $100 worth of toys, but they were a bunch of these $1 toys, dolls, yo-yos, balls, and different things like that, and took them to the province, man. You'd have thought I was Santa Claus, man. It just did something to me. He said, did you guys video? I did. I'm going to put up a little something. Mainly just to show you guys, because, the guy was saying, oh, the Philippines is so bad, right? But then he comes back. I wanted to show y'all what their public pool looks like. It looks like a resort. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm talking about St. Carlos City, man. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it here. But a lot of guys, we come over with spoil, we're entitled, we don't have the best of the best over there, but we want the best of the best over here. You figure that one out. I don't know how that works. You know, you driving a used car over there, but over here you come over here and want everybody to think, you know, you something special. I know who you are. You can't fool me. So why even try to fool yourself? Just come over here and be yourself. You're really going to enjoy it. But, you know, if you think you can, you know, guys, a lot of guys driving around in used BMWs and Mercedes, you know, thinking there's something, man. You know, it's nothing over there, guys, you know. Wearing all that pawn shop jewelry and, you know, come on, man. I know who y'all are. You don't have to come over here with me with all that stuff. Because really, you're not impressing anybody. Hey, the Beach of Life says, I gotta run. I'm checking out for my Airbnb in Bangladesh. Oh, you're back over here, Beach of Life? Wow, I didn't know it, man. Thanks for letting us know. But yeah, I'm going to get off here anyway, guys. It's Sunday. Thank y'all, everybody, for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. Remember, next week is our anniversary special live stream. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday. And if we get 1,000 people watching, we're going to pull some stuff out for y'all, man. Y'all really going to like it. But even if it's 999, we're not going to do it. It has to be 1,000. But thank y'all so much for all your support over the years, man. 3 years, man. It's a long time to be on YouTube, especially with a channel like mine. I just had a little organic channel. There's no fancy cameras and editing or anything like that. For me to still be around after 3 years, man, it's phenomenal. And I owe it all to y'all, not me. You know, I don't care that people get all those views and stuff, man. I got to do my own thing. You know, I really do want everybody to win. You know, but what works for them won't work for me. August 24th is the meet and greet at CDO, Cagayan de Oro, man. You're going to like that place. CDO is an urban city. I never mention it in my Expat Alley because I forget. But that should be in the Expat Alley. Cagayan de Oro, De Pola. They're both in northern Mindanao. Could easily be in the Expat Alley.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Yeah, September 1st, man, Christmas lights go up, man. They don't be playing over here about that Christmas. You're going to go in the stores. A lot of you guys are going to come over here. You're going to forget it. You're going to be in the grocery store, man. They're going to be playing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, you know, a little drummer boy and all that stuff. And it's going to trip you out, man. You can be like, what in the world? But yeah, guys, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.